Hello guys, welcome back to Custom Gamer again. My name is Daz and today we're going to have a look at a couple of projects I've been working on the last couple of weeks. Obviously my Half-Life 2 map has had a few tweaks, but there's been a couple more things. This not concept art, but this photo reference you're looking at here was what got me inspired to make my next Left 4 Dead 2 map. So it's kind of like some coastal cliff castle type thing. And if we go into the game, you'll see how I kind of copied the path a bit when I first got started on this map. Now I've decided to change the time of day to night time. I just think Left 4 Dead maps look much better at night. I don't really like the daylight maps in Left 4 Dead 2. So this is kind of my first rough draft to kind of get an idea of what I wanted it to look like. And I wanted it to have a lot of natural angles and kind of man-made qualities rather than it being very square and designed, quote unquote. You know, a lot of maps that use brush-based engines can look very square, and I wanted to kind of avoid that this time. So yeah, lots of curves and natural angles, things like that. I just wanted it to feel very imprecise. So here's the next revision. There you can see we've got some water and cliffs in now. I think I've improved quite a bit on my displacement mapping now. And all these steps here have been converted to displacements as well. Again, just to reinforce that feel of it being man-made. So we've got some props setting here. I really like this prop here. I think it works really well in that peaceful environment. Here's our cliff faces. Yeah, so if you compare this to what I was working on with my factory map, it's quite a lot of improvement. I'm quite happy with it. So yeah, I wanted the atmosphere to be kind of eerie, and not so much scary, but just kind of eerie. So lots of mist and fog and, you know, dim lighting. And now we get to the kind of castle area here. So I was looking at a lot of photos also for kind of German castles, British castles, just castles from all around the world, and I kind of decided I want to go more with a German castle design. I just think they look really great, kind of towering above you, lots of windows and things like that. And I actually got the idea for the lighting on the castle. There's a castle near where I live that's kind of lit up with these big floodlights in the evening. It looks really cool, so that's where I got the idea for the giant spotlights kind of lighting up the thing. But yeah, I just wanted it to feel very, very tall. So I think I achieved quite nicely. And again, more kind of natural angles here for like the pathways and things. Oh, it takes an age to vertex manipulate it all into place, but I think it's worth it. It looks kind of cool. Yeah, so again, just very tall architecture. Lots of spotlights and things. And we'll hop into the latest version I'm working on now. Ignore this, this is just I'm doing like a little scripted intro that kind of gives you these text inside the world as you load in the map. Kind of got inspired by, oh, what's that TV show's name? Gah. With the FBI agent who's a woman and weird stuff is happening. It's kind of like the X-Files. Ah, it's going to drive me mad. Anyway, I was watching that, and they always have like the text in the world for like the show name, and like the locations they go to. It's always kind of text inside the world. I thought it was kind of cool, so that's what I was going for there. So you can see I've been working on this quite a long time now. I had a bit of a break but came back to it recently. So yeah, we've got lots of kind of terrain outside areas here. All these kind of bushes that go up the walls, they're going to be for zombies to climb. I think that'd be kind of cool. And you can see I moved a lot of the architecture around, so this thing's over here now. Because I just didn't feel right over there. I had other ideas for that area, but they haven't quite come to fruition yet. So again, lots of more like natural angles and lots and lots of vertex manipulation. Oh, drives you mad after a while, but never mind. So yeah, we've got this kind of the storytelling for this map. Kind of, it was going to be an evacuation zone as it was right next to the sea. So there's like lots of kind of suitcases everywhere, lots of medical tents and all this stuff, but obviously it kind of went horribly wrong and no one actually got out. So yeah, this area's looking much better now. I added this boat kind of behind the camera. I think I'll turn around in a minute to look at it. Yeah, there you go. So I wanted some light on the cliffs so you could kind of see the cliff detail while you're in the map. I don't think the angle's quite right yet, but we'll work on it. And that spotlight beam kind of looks a bit odd as well. I think it needs to be wider at the end. And I've been adding a lot of detail to the castle walls. I really like the vines crawling up the side of the walls here. It's just a model that comes with Left 4 Dead 2. I think it looks really nice. I've kind of combined a couple of them together to create a really nice effect of it, like, you know, crawling up the walls. Not too sure about these here. Doesn't quite fit in with the rest of the geometry. I was just kind of playing around to see what might work and what might not. Well, yeah, here we go, here's the vines. And, there's a bit of Z fighting here. I don't think these models are meant to be used like this, but we'll see what we can do. And again here, I think this one looks really nice with the lighting coming from underneath. It really helps to break up these walls as well, because they can look quite boring otherwise. And here, you see we've got some more storytelling here with the SOS sign painted on the side of the building here. And then if we go back down, you've got the ladder they used to climb up and all the paint buckets on the table here. So just another simple bit of storytelling. And all these lamps with the lights here, you can see they're all instanced. So there's just a lamp model with some fog, the fog volume around it, and the lens flare in another map file entirely. And just using the Func instance to instance them all around the map, because I didn't want to create a whole load of fog volumes and, you know, all these entities, and then if I decided I didn't like the fog, you'd have to change every single one around the map. Oh, it'd be a nightmare. So using Func instance means you can just change one map file and it'll update all the lights in the map, which is great. And, you might recognise this area from the plantation level in Left 4 Dead 2. I kind of stole the front of the building from that map and then kind of changed it a fair amount actually, added in all the stonework here and all the lighting and everything. I think it might be a bit too recognisable still, but I really wanted the kind of grand entrance to the to this castle or luxury home, whatever you want to call it. But I really like the look of that. I think it might just need a few more details tweaking. It might still be a bit too recognisable. Come over here, there's like I've kind of had the idea for this area that it's kind of yeah, obviously it's a castle, but I wanted it to feel like a kind of like a national heritage over here in the UK, where you can go and visit these castles and there's like, you know, you can eat and have guided tours and all this kind of thing. So I wanted to have some of that. Here's some of the detail, just this is where the zombies can climb up. We've kind of got a displacement here with some detail brushes just to add a little bit of detail here. And the stonework here is slightly recessed into the wall, so you can get these cool kind of little parapets coming out. I think I might add some more stuff up here. It's kind of, it adds a nice bit of parallax to the map, because right now you walk on the floor here and walk around and it just feels like there's absolutely nothing behind this wall. So just kind of adding some tree models and some, you know, turrets and things like that just really helps to reinforce that there's actually something behind there, even though you can't get to it in the level. And here we have some more natural style details. Now, I haven't quite decided where the survivors are going to start yet on this map. I think it's going to be another survival map. In fact, I'm pretty much certain it is, because this is the trouble with this map. I didn't really plan anything out on paper beforehand. You can see that this is just showing some of the visibility I've been working on. which is, again, going back to what I was talking about, the design. I didn't really plan any of this out. I just kind of, I saw that bit of photo reference I showed you at the start and then just kind of went nuts building all this stuff without really having a plan. And it's kind of come back to bite me in the arse now because I'm having trouble with visibility. And just the layout in general, I'm not really happy with it as it is at the moment. It's going to need a lot of work to change it. Oh, I really need to start listening to my own advice. I just need to start building things very simply with using the dev textures and then go nuts on the detail like this. Yeah, this is the wireframe view. So you can tell that there is a maximum draw distance which the fog covers. Although I kind of think I'm relying on that like a crutch in this map because the visibility culling is kind of not that great at the moment. There's a hint brush here that I've just walked past. And there you see here, I kind of walk past it again here and it starts drawing everything. So it definitely needs some more work on the visibility culling. Again, the FarZ clip plane does a lot of work here, but I kind of want to extend the fog out a little bit more. I'm just worried that it'll start causing a bit of slowdown in the map. So that is that, and the other thing I've been working on is something Quake related, so we'll pop in there now. So this is a map I started in 2008, if you can believe that, and I got really motivated a couple of weeks back to really finish this, so I've been working on it quite a bit. This is the start area. You start on that platform just below the camera there, and this is kind of a start map. If you ever played Quake or any kind of old school shooters, like the start maps are kind of where you chose your difficulty by walking down a certain passage or something like that. Generally these days you just choose difficulty in a menu, but I kind of like these old school ways of doing it, where it's in the world. Even though it's a bit gamey, but it works in Quake, I think. And all these rock work you're seeing here is all done with brushes, because Quake has no displacement surfaces and it has no detail brushes, so everything you see is BSP geometry, and as you can imagine, making terrain out of geometry not that great, and it increases your vis time by a hell of a lot. It's yeah, again, Quake wasn't really made for this, but hey. Got some errors in the brushwork here. I need to go back and see what's happening. But that's really the only geometry errors I have in the map so far. Here's some traps. So there's lots of these traps around the map, and the idea I'm playing with at the moment is that you have to find them all and turn them all off before you can exit the level. So it's just a little bit of gameplay I wanted to add to the start map to make it more interesting. There's a couple of turrets that you have to find to open the exit gate. I don't know if it's going to be annoying or not. I think it's kind of easy to find the buttons for all of them. Again, we've got some more terrain here. I like all these curved surfaces and things. It's all done with brushes because there's no other way to do it in Quake. And the lighting as well, like each light has about 4 light entities under it, because the Quake lighting is, I mean, it's cool, I really like it, but it's nowhere near realistic. You have to kind of really play with the light settings. If you just put one light with a brightness of 200 next to these lights, it doesn't look too great. You can kind of, the way I've done it here is there's kind of like a, how to explain it? It's kind of like a spotlight entity that makes the cone on the ground, and then you've got around about a 180 brightness light kind of in the center between the light and the floor. Shut up. To give it that kind of ambient look, and then you've got a kind of a light with a very strong weight value at the top, so it just kind of lights a little cone around the actual light entity. There's lots of little tricks you can use for lighting in Quake. I just tend to do this area isn't finished at all, as you probably can tell. But that's where the button will be for the final bridge to extend. Yeah, there's a couple of secrets I've added here. Very simple. if we no clip up here. There was a secret up here as well. It's kind of a teleport pad there. I might add it back in, I can't really decide. I mean, it's a start map, so I don't want like crazy amounts of secrets on it, but 1 or 2 is kind of cool. Right, well, that's what I've been working on recently, guys. I hope you found this interesting. Leave a comment if you've got anything to add. I'm always up for listening to feedback, and I'll see you next time.